Just got off the phone with the girl who loves you too. Said you're working on yourself. Is she helping with that too? You gave her the time of day. You told her that you would stay. You made me feel the same way. What goes around comes around. That's what I always say.
Guys, welcome back to my channel, Just As TV. Thanks for stopping by. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So this review is about Baddies episode 6. So as you guys know, the last episode ended with Scottie and Anna Mac arguing, but then DJ Sky ran up on her. And it started pretty much the same way. These two girls is rolling in the bushes. And I'm just like, y'all love a good bush roll. Because this is literally like the third bush roll that we done found. Sorry. This is like the third bush roll that we done seen on this show. They literally stay rolling in the bushes. Y'all just might as well build a tent and go stay and live in the bushes. Because that's where y'all stay. Anna Mac was gross. She was grossing me out because she was walking around that parking lot with her shoes off. She had dirt stains on her knees. She yelling and screaming and fussing and carrying on, running all over the place like a hood rat. Child, I'm like, girl, slow down, calm down. You're gonna need your asthma pump again. You're gonna have an asthma attack. Girl, stop. She yelling and screaming. She about to be out of breath and hitting the floor. Girl, that's why you got asthma now. You walking around on a concrete ground with no shoes on. That's dirty. Yuck. And Sky, girl, you worse than Scottie. Your big ass cannot fight. You are worse than Scottie. You and Scottie should be ashamed of yourself. As big as y'all are. I was sitting there the whole time watching her, how she hitting and swinging and moving. And I'm just like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? Yeesh. Oh, I'm sorry for it. They literally do not know how to fight. Who raised y'all? Where are y'all from? That y'all can't even, like, square up properly. You should be ashamed of yourself. You and Scottie should be ashamed of yourself. Scottie and T get into it because she's like, well, the next up is T. So she want to have a discussion about T yelling in her face and stuff like that. And T started yelling in her face again. And T was dissing the crap out of her. Scottie is whack. Scottie, you are whack. You are performing for the cameras. You are whack. I like the old quiet Scottie. This Scottie right here sounds like her Chihuahua dog. I like the old Scottie. Girl, get out of here. Go back to being the quiet Scottie that we like to see turn up and party and dance and have a good time. This Scottie right here, I don't know. This Scottie 2.0, I don't like her. I don't like her. Girl, get out of here. You are whack. That girl was yelling all in your face. She was dissing the crap out of you and you did nothing. Nothing. Even when she was saying, oh, you're going to hit me now, you're going to hit me now. Girl, you started laughing because you really don't want to do anything. You're whack. Go back to being quiet where people picked on you. And then when people pick on you, then you show up as Scottie 2.0. But right now, we don't need this Scottie 2.0. You're doing the most. Girl, no. She told Scottie, you look like a strawberry. And she did. With the pink hair, the pink outfit, you look terrible mess. Then she said, girl, you need... She called her Miss Gap. Because she got a big gap in her front of her teeth. She called her Miss Gap. I said, child, get up. Then she said, you need to go see my dentist. I said, you know what? This little one right here, just for that statement alone, I would have pounced on her. Because why are you talking about my teeth? Girl, I got issues. Why are you talking about my teeth? I was cracking up. She dissed the crap out of Scottie, which she needed. And then she all proved our point. You're whack, Scottie, because you did nothing. She was dissing the crap out of you the whole time and you did nothing. And all she kept saying was, now you're going to hit me? Why you want to fight me? And what? And what? She proved you wrong because you still ain't do nothing. You still ain't do nothing. You ain't do nothing. She was right in your face in the bus and you ain't do nothing then. She right in your face now and she's still yelling and you still didn't do anything. Girl, sit this 2.0 Scottie out. Sit her out. Just get her out. Put her back in the box. Polish her. Put her back in the box. Sit her on the shelf for when it's really time to bring her out. Because we don't need her right now because you're doing nothing, ma'am. Nothing. Ciao. So DJ Scott explains that the reason why she got beef with Anna Mac is because of Krishan, because of whatever she said about Krishan on the internet, and she taking up for Krishan, and now Krishan ain't even messing with her. She looked like she was gonna cry. What is this girl got? Gold in her pocket? She like a little leprechaun or something, walking around handing y'all out gold that you almost about to cry because she ain't talking to you. She mad at you. Okay. Yeah, so that's why they got beef. So she was like, I don't even know why I'm fighting her because me and Krishan, I ain't even dealing with her right now. So she goes in the house. Scott gonna walk up to Anna Mac and go say, she was like, where's your asthma pump? You gonna need your pump. I said, Scott is a mess. Oh. So they come out because Anna Mac is acting like a little, I don't know, like a little 3-year-old with somebody that stole their bike or something and ran up the road with it. She's saying she's not getting on a bus until they square up again. And then she's going to let it go. They're going to square up again and it's going to be over. She's going to let it go. Rolly rolls up in the house to Scott, to DJ Scott, and was like, she want to fight you again. She said it's going to be over once y'all fight again. She not getting on the bus if y'all don't fight. So go outside and fight. So DJ Sky ties up her hair. She really don't want to fight. You can see it in her face that she really don't want to fight. And I know why. Because you can't, sis. You cannot. What were you doing? Once again, what were you doing? She was like, and then kicking, and I was like, are you squatting a fly? This is like, that's what you squatting a fly, girl? What were you doing? And this little firecracker done was gonna beat you up too, if she didn't fall. Cause she's so fragile. She's so fragile. She was gonna beat you up just like she beat up Scottie. What? They both should be ashamed of themselves. Her and DJ Scott and Scottie should be ashamed of themselves. And Camilla was right. Camilla was like, y'all, they terrible. How y'all gonna let little Anna Mac beat y'all ass? I said, I agree. How the heck did y'all let that little girl beat both of y'all up? Camilla got good eyes because I was clocking it too. I said, what? Okay. So Natalie announced after they stopped fighting, because DJ Scott this time she sat on her because they fell in the bushes again. Natalie announces that they going on a private jet. So she says she's taking Mariah Lynn, Scottie, Rolly on her with the private jet, on a private jet with her. And then the other girls all get on the bus, of course. So they get on a bus. They got a 3-hour ride from DC to Philly. And I mean, it looked like a nice party bus. It was a party bus. It wasn't a Sprinter. So it looked like a nice party bus. But then I was just like, this bus is bootleg. This is a bootleg bus. It just like nice on the outside, but the inside is terrible. It had like stains. I don't want to say the word, like male product stains on the seats. And the daggone bus done caught on fire. I said, the ghetto. It was a ghetto bus. It was a bootleg bus. But Smiley was on the bus. They had a big bottle of Hennessy, like getting it in. They was stuck on the side of the road when the bus caught on fire. They were just standing around, twiddling their thumbs, looking terrible. Child, they look sad. And I was just like, the ghetto. Get them a new bus. Do something. T was on the bus talking about how what happened with Scottie, you know, she was just passionate and she was just pissed off or whatever. And I'm just like, whatever. Anna Mac was like, when she see DJ Scott is on site every time she see her, because she feel like she really didn't get a good one in. But I mean, whatever. They settled down a little bit. They was playing games. I think Smiley had cards, but they was playing games. They was playing all kind of games. They was playing name games. They was pillow fighting. I'm telling y'all, they a good vibe when it's certain girls and nobody's egging them on. They a good vibe. Excuse me. So then they cut to Krishan's bus, and Janet was talking about how she enjoyed the service, the sermon. They all went to church, because Krishan and them was in DC. So she went back to a church that she had been going to since she was 9. And they was all, talking about the service. Some of them were saying that they caught it afterwards because they was too tired. Marsha was like, she was having technical difficulties. Girl, I know you probably had a headache. Because you had 1 lump, 2 lump, 3 lump. So your head was probably throbbing. That was different. Your face was probably, poof, girl, whatever. I mean, okay. So, they started talking about the issues with her sister, and it's the same stuff that she was saying. She ain't stand on nothing. She should have did what she did. She was talking all that stuff when they was on the internet. So she gonna do this and she gonna do that, and then she's kind of like using kid gloves. I mean, at this point, I think we've exhausted that line. We've been talking about that for 3 episodes. Nothing is gonna change. I'm not gonna change my stance on it. I don't feel like Tasheki should have hit one of them because they was fragile. I don't feel like Krishan should have pressed her like that about hitting them. Again, fragile. Then my other comment, should you drop your load and then go fight them yourself? Roll up on them yourself. So we find out that Vicki is pressing charges against Krishan. Vicki is pressing charges against Krishan, who didn't even touch her. Somebody named Janet touched you. Ma'am, call her. It makes no sense that you're pressing charges against Krishan. Regardless of whether she told them or not, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm just saying. The girl didn't have to listen. That girl beat you up and bust your lip and did all that stuff. Krishan didn't do nothing to you. Janet, you need to be suing Janet in civil court. So, I mean, but, they go after the bigger name, all that good stuff, the people with the money, all that stuff. Whatever, it's a paycheck. It's a payday for them, right? Krishan feel like everybody's using her for clickbait and using her for clout. But you do it to yourself. You give people a lot of content. I don't do anything on this channel right now besides review this show, but outside of this show, I do watch a lot of other reviews on what's going on in the news for the day. You give them a lot of ammunition, sis. Especially recently. I just want to be taken out of the group chat. I will not use you for clickbait. I just want to be taken out of the group chat, darling. Because it's given trauma bond, and I don't associate with those things. I disassociate myself with that stuff. But you give them a lot of content. Take care of your baby. It's a beautiful baby. Take care of your baby. And don't give them the content. So, on the private jet, the girls are talking about what happened in the house. Of course, they unpacking the situation that happened in the house, at the house, what everybody gonna do, how they feel about everybody. Natalie lets the girls know that she might have to get some replacements because Vicki dropped out, and then who else? I don't know at the moment. Well, Vicki dropped out, but I think she's gonna bring in some other people down the line to replace the people who left. Yeah. So Scottie said it's up every time she see T. T is demonic. She annoyed. She mad that she said all of that stuff. See, it takes Scottie time to process. Like, I get it now. Like I said in the last review, my last review, you gotta do something to Scottie, then she gotta process it, feel how she feel, and then get angry because she didn't like what happened, and then she'll get you. Sometimes I'm like that, or sometimes I'm on go. I'm the same way. Like, sometimes it'll take me a while to process, and then it also takes me a while depending on the person. Because I have a tendency, like, if you close to me, I'm like that in a sense. Like, if you close to me, I'm not gonna get upset. It's gonna take me a little bit of time to get upset, and it's gonna take me a time to process. But then after I process, then I'm gonna get upset and I'm gonna feel some kind of way, and then I'm gonna get at you. But you gotta be close to me. If you're not close to me and I don't know you like that, it's on go. So it all depends. But with Scottie, she always gotta process and then feel how she feel, because she don't know how she feel, and then she'll get at you. But I think it's a little bit too late. That conversation that she had with T had happened 2 days before they actually had the confrontation. It's too long. You let it go too long. So you can't take 2 days to feel how you feel and then feel like you got to get at somebody. Girl, go sit down. What did I say? Put Scottie 2.0 back on the shelf. We don't need her. And we don't like her. Yo. Mariah Lynn called Whoa Vicki Whoa DIPpie. When she said Whoa DIPpie, I said, I cannot. Whoa DIPpie. Ciao. Whoa DIPpie. That one was a good one, Mariah Lynn. That touche, Mariah Lynn. That was great. Great. Mariah Lynn also said, because Natalie was like, what you gonna do? Those girls are always with Krishan. What you gonna do? And, Mariah Lynn then goes into some spiel about that Janet is a commoner and she's beneath her and they don't entertain that stuff. But I think you should think twice about that. I think you should think twice about saying that. I think you should think twice about even doing that, because Krishan has access to the same access that you have. And like Natalie said, those girls are going to be coming around. So if you don't want to get caught up, I think you should do what I told Vicki to do and shut up. Not saying Mariah Lynn is not going to fight. Mariah Lynn will fight you back. She'll fight you back quicker than Vicki will fight you back. But at the end of the day, you're not going to win. You might win against Janet, but you're not going to win against Marsh. You're not going to win against Marsh. Rewind the footage and listen to the punch that she took at Taseki, the first punch she got off. Mariah Lynn, she's going to get you. It is what it is. So I say shut up. I understand. I was with you with the fact that you was pissed off that the girl got jumped. But I think the most Taseki going to do at this point, if they try to get at you, is just pull them off of you. So, I mean, I like Mariah Lynn, but I'm just being real. Krishan got it for you. You got the bullseye on your back because of that situation. So just be careful and just be alert. Don't get caught slipping and fall asleep on the couch, like Dumbo, Wes. Don't get caught slipping. I'm just telling you. Don't get caught slipping. So then we find out that Saya's grandmother had passed away. And, this is her first time back on the East Coast since, I'm assuming she live in LA. I'm not 100% sure. It's the first time she's been back on the East Coast since her grandmother passed away. She got really sentimental. I was really sad. She was sad. I was sad too, a situation just happened with me, so I could relate and I understand. And it's still fresh because it just happened months ago. So I could relate and I feel sad for her. She said, she felt like she needed a mental break. She was having a situation. And she needed a mental break and she needed to rest. So, I mean, I get it. So she left the show. When they got to Philly, she left the show. And I was sad because I liked her. I liked her energy. I liked her vibe. She wasn't with the mess, so she didn't really get into anything. She was turning up and stuff. But it takes time for everybody to heal. And everybody's situation, they deal with things differently. Some people recover quickly. Some people don't. Some people never recover. So I get it. But it was just sad to see her go because I really liked her and I liked her vibe and I liked her song. So Janet and Marsh FaceTime Natalie to tell them that Krishan is stressed out. She is not feeling well. She not coming to Philly. She having like Braxton Hicks contractions or whatever. And she's stressed out. Go rest. You doing a lot. And I think she's late in her pregnancy, like further along in her pregnancy. I think you should rest. All that action, and you got a baby. That baby could feel everything that you're doing. So you gotta rest. The show will still be here. We still gonna know who you are after you have the baby. Just rest. Just rest. So they get to the house. And the house seemed nice. It seems bigger, and I'm hoping it could accommodate all the girls because I'm tired of them like bootlegging it and they splitting houses, and these girls get the luxury house and these girls get the other house and treat them like, I don't like that. I hope it fits all the girls so that they could be in a house together, and then we'll see that dynamic. And then they could turn up and party and have a good time and then go to their corners. But they don't have to leave the house. Just spend a little bit more money. And at least I'm being cheap. I've been to DC. I lived in Maryland. So I know that there's houses in DC that's like mansions that you could have rented. And you didn't necessarily have to be. You could have went 30 minutes in and got a mansion. 30 minutes from DC and got a mansion. Stop being cheap. So they have the discussion. They all sitting down, waiting for all the girls to come. Everybody arrives and they have the discussion, the replacement discussion. So she's like, oh, I gotta replace some people, because now she finds out that Vicki is gone. Well, she been found out Vicki's gone, but Vicki is gone. She finds out Krishan is not gonna be there, and I think Saya. Then she says Saya left. So that's 3 people. So I'm thinking she's gonna bring in 3 new cast members. But this episode, I think she only brought in 1. Yeah, so she's explaining to the girls, like, we got to replace the ones that we lost, you know. And I'm Sky is for it. You know, she want to see it. I want to see it too, because I feel like I want to see different dynamics. And I mean, I see a lot of action. It's enough action for me. But I want to see different interactions with the girls. I don't want to just see all the fighting and the actions, which is, I mean, it's good and it's entertainment. But I want to see some other stuff too, if you get me. I want to see some other stuff. So then she goes out to get the replacement. So the replacement is someone named Scarface. Now, I remember her from the auditions, but I don't know much else about her. But she looks like she messy. She does. She got an issue with Krishan. That was the girl who was at the auditions and she was arguing with Krishan. And they gave her a ticket anyway. I literally think that Natalie reached out to her. And I'm just being honest. Natalie reached out to her because of the situation that she had with Krishan and Taseki. You cannot tell me otherwise. Because you just going to pick somebody. There was so many other girls, and you just gonna pick somebody who had an issue with Krishan so she could get that beef off of you. I think if push comes to shove, Taseki gonna beat that girl up too. But Taseki was like, it's giving my business. For now. Until she changed her mind. Because she probably gonna change her mind. But I want to see it. I'm here for it. But I feel that's how I feel, and I'm going to stand on that. I feel like Natalie chose this girl because of the situation that transpired with Taseki and Krishan. And she wants somebody that's going to get at them. But at the end of the day, the girl still can't get at Krishan because Krishan is pregnant. So who's she going to try to get at? Taseki? I don't think that girl is ready for that smoke. But we'll see. So the episode kind of like goes off. For now, you can see that Taseki feels some kind of way because of the way she looked. So I know it's gonna be an issue later on down the line, just from the way she looked. And it cuts to the next scene, and in the next episode coming up, I think episode 7, Scarface ends up fighting T. So now we're gonna see if T is really about that talk. About that life that she was talking about. We gonna see. We gonna see, girls. We gonna see, girls and gents. We gonna see. But I'm here for it. I'll be here for it. Next week is gonna be a little bit tough, and I'm gonna try to get the episodes out as quickly as possible after Sunday because I won't be here. But thank you guys for stopping by. Please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys for episode 7. Peace.